They say it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. How's that for an intro? Mike, Guitar Player 07 here, coming at you live with another vinyl record video with the They Say It's Your Birthday contest entry for Rachel over at The Music Man. So, this is a contest that she just started. I am drawing a blank as to the end date, but I believe it's around a month. And if you win and you're a US follower, you get 25 United States dollars on Amazon. And I would assume that the first place winner gets the Canadian equivalent or whatever currency equivalent if they are in Canada or a foreign land. And second place is a John Lennon Greatest Hits CD. And it's funny now that me and Rachel, ever since I did my unpopular opinion video about, I had a statement on John Lennon, which since then has changed a little bit, not completely, but has to an extent. And if you go into the comments section, you'll see where that change has been made. But Lennon is Rachel's favorite Beatle. Now it's a joke between me and her that John Lennon is overrated and all this stuff. And even though she does not think that actually, but it's just a funny little joke we got going on. And yeah, some of the statements that I made in that, even with specifically with John Lennon, but maybe another thing or two, but mainly with John Lennon, with some of the videos I've seen that fellow VC members have put out on top of some of the comments in that video description, I have a little bit of a different outlook on Lennon, and I wasn't intending to bash him anyway, but because I'm a big Beatles fan, I love them all, but anyway, so I just entertaining. If I win second place, I'll be getting a John Lennon CD from Rachel, which will be cool. And I could use a comp album by John Lennon, another one, because I have like the John Lennon collection, but I'd be curious to see another one, see how they compare and all that. But anyway, I'm just rambling about John Lennon now. So They Say It's Your Birthday contest. We have 4 simple questions here. So the first one is a music-related individual that was born on the same day that I was born. Well, in 1940, Daryl Crofts from Seals and Crofts was born August 14th, 1940. I was born August 14th, 1997. Now everybody knows Diamond Girl and everybody knows Summer Breeze, those albums. But I decided to show one that's a little bit off the beaten path, and this is in their album Unborn Child. And the inner sleeve is part of the actual jacket itself. You can see how it has a nice image here. The back side has some lyrics. And actually the lyrics to the title track, Unborn Child, is actually not on this. It is only featured on the back cover. And, you know, has some roses here and a song about unborn child. Now, this song, and I'm going to read some of the lyrics here because I know Rachel likes deeper meanings in music and all that. On top of some other fellow VC members. I know Shannon D loves lyrics and all that stuff. And one could claim this to be an anti-abortion tune. And I can't argue that. But for me, even though I do see that, I consider this song, title track Unborn Child, to be like a song about appreciating life, even through the pains of it. No matter what struggles other people might be bestowing upon you, you're living your life, even though you need to appeal to your bosses and all that, and the workforce and all that, but overall you're living for yourself. So I see it as an anti-abortion tune, but also to enjoy life, and even if there's struggles coming your way, to make the best of it. So the lyrics go like this. Oh, little baby, you'll never cry, nor will you hear a sweet lullaby. Oh, unborn child, if you only knew what your mom was planning to do to you. You're still clinging to the tree of life, but soon you'll be cut off before you get ripe. And then I'm going to skip around here a little bit. Oh, unborn child beginning to grow inside your mama, but you'll never know. Oh, tiny bud that grows inside the womb, only to be crushed before you can bloom. And, you know, as it's And I actually didn't end up skipping around. That's all the things right up next to each other. I was just reading through to see what else I might want to put out. But I'm just going to go with that part of the song. So as you can see, it could be an anti-abortion tune based on the... Well, actually, not based on, but the next part is saying, "Mama, stop, turn around, go back, think it over," and all that. Which is where the kind of anti-abortion really kind of comes into it. But, you know, you think about that, and it's like, I could almost see that as like an anti-suicide thing as well. It's just like appreciate life kind of thing. And because look at this. Sunshines and rainbow. Look at the beauty of nature. Look at the beauty of life. So, you know, I see it in both lights, but I don't get to talk about Seals and Cross often, so I hope you don't mind me going on a little bit of a tangent about that. But, you know, I do appreciate a good tune with some good lyrics, especially if it's able to be interpreted in multiple ways. I've always been fascinated by that. So, Daryl Crofts, in 1940, August 14th, he was born, and I was born August 14th, 1997. Next, a person, music-related, who died on my birthday. So, in 1956, at the age of 46, Gladys Presley had passed away. Who is Gladys Presley, you might ask? The mother of Elvis Presley. This is a soundtrack to the movie Lovin' You. It's a 70s reissue of the 1957 original album. But yeah, this, I haven't seen this movie. The only Elvis movie I've seen is G.I. Blues so far. But fantastic soundtrack. Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear, Lovin' You. Are the hits from the movie. The only side A is music from the soundtrack. Side B is just various other tunes, but side B, nothing from side B was featured in the movie. Fun fact about that soundtrack. Question 3. It's a two-part for question 3. A record your mom likes and a record your dad likes. So for my mom, and I chose stuff from both my mom and my dad's collections to make it just about as authentic as possible. For my mom, I went with the Grease soundtrack. Now, there are so many other options I could have chosen rather than the Grease soundtrack. But the reason I choose the Grease soundtrack is because this is a fun story that I have to share. So, this soundtrack features a song called Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee. Now, Sandy, or Sandra, is an innocent gal. She is not like all the other kids in high school who are doing sex, drugs, all that stuff. And she's invited, and she ends up going to a sleepover with all these like cool kids or whatever. And she doesn't want to do some of the stuff that they're doing. So they have an entire song like, look at me, I'm Sandra Dee, like making fun of her pretty much. But if you listen to that song once, it's getting stuck in your head. So for days. One of the first times I ever pulled out my parents' record collection and listened to this when I was getting into it. And before I had actually ever even seen this movie, I listened to it. And Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee was stuck in both my mom's and my head. We would just be doing something random around the house or out somewhere or something like that. And one of us would start just saying, look at me, I'm Sandra Dee. It's really kind of funny. So that's the reason I chose this one. And she does like this movie and this soundtrack also. So I figured it's appropriate. Are there other albums by her or in my mom's collection that she likes a lot more? Yes, but based on that story, I wanted to share that fun story. So, yeah, fun with that. And then for my dad's favorite band, as I've mentioned in past, is Van Halen. His favorite album of all time is 1984. He never owned it on vinyl record. I own it on vinyl record, but I'm saying authentic to this. He owned it on 2 formats. He owned it on CD and cassette. I don't know which one he owned first, but I assume he had the CD first. Or, the cassette first, because the cassette existed before CDs. So I decided to pull out my dad's original first copy of Van Halen's 1984. And it's on Warner Brothers. I don't know if you're able to see the Warner Brothers label there. But yeah, and had the hits Jump, Panama, Hot for Teacher, and All Wait. Those are all big tunes on this. However, the entire album is pretty dang flawless. I know others do not agree with me on that, and that is absolutely okay. But I think it's a flawless album. I enjoy everything about this album. So, 1984 by Van Halen would be the option for my dad. And a shout out to a VC channel. Rachel is all about community, as many of us are here are on the VC, and she really appreciates and likes supporting everybody, and that's one of the things that I, on top of many others, adore about Rachel. So my VC shout out is for DJ Funk Forever Cafe. DJ Funk is fantastic. I've talked about him on my channel before. I've given him shout outs before, but his subscriber count ain't going up to the way I'd like it to be, given all these shout outs I'm giving him. And I mean, not that it's affecting me, but I know that DJ Funk appreciates my love and support, and I'd love and support if you guys would do that for him. And me and DJ Funk in recent days have gotten to talk a lot more, become more friends outside of just YouTube, and he's just a really cool guy. And I learned mighty quickly he is a lot more knowledgeable on a lot more music rather than just soul and funk. So, not that I thought he was only soul and funk, but with a name like DJ Funk, you gotta assume. But anyway, DJ Funk Forever Cafe, he's fantastic. Great channel, great guy, great all around. So, that is my shout out, DJ Funk Forever Cafe. And I would not own this album since it's right here. I'm gonna pull it out again. I would not own this Isley Brothers and Santana album, Power of Peace, if it wasn't for DJ Funk. So, the VC is impacting my record collection, and DJ Funk has made his mark. So, Rachel, I don't know if there's any celebration or celebratory anything behind you doing this contest, or if you just wanted to do it. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be supporting. You're always so supportive of me, and I'm glad to be able to reciprocate that right back. So thank you for this fun contest. Thank you guys for watching. If you don't know Rachel the Music Man, her link will be below. If you don't know DJ Funk Forever Cafe, his link will be below. Check them both out. Thank you guys for watching. Keep on spinning that wax, and I'll see you in the next vinyl record video.